How about that rapid rundown? Week 2.
Woo! It's that time. Wait. It's that time.
So our standings so far after 1 week. I am at 8.5 points. Nick Federa is at 9.5 points, and Nick Morganson is at 9 points.
All right, I'm right in the middle. Okay.
Congratulations, Nick Federa, for proving us wrong during that season opening game that the Bills have came to play.
I'm not going to gloat about it because I'm often wrong about these things, so I'm just going to keep my little...
Take your victory. Take your victory.
Nope, he doesn't want to.
I'm going to end up paying for it at the end of the season. It's going to come in the form of a Giants game. So.
By the way, the Rams just embarrassed themselves on opening night. They did. Matt Stafford looked horrible.
Let's go through what we've go through what we've got.
Okay. The first Thursday night football game on Amazon Prime.
Oh, goody.
Well, we could talk about streaming all of them, but this is a big one. It's Justin Herbert and the Chargers going to Arrowhead for a divisional game against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
This is a good one. This is a really good one.
So the Chargers looked pretty good against the Raiders. I think there was
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, but I think some, on the defensive end, there's still things that need to be worked on. Patrick Mahomes, him and Kelsey seem to just be themselves. And this game is in. So I think the Chargers have the possibility that they can take a game from the Chiefs this season.
Keenan Allen's out, though.
Keenan Allen is out, and it's an Arrowhead. And Arrowhead is tough to play. So I'm going to say Chiefs cover.
If Keenan Allen was playing the game, this would be a whole different discussion in every way, shape, or form.
Chiefs cover. Take the money, everybody.
Yeah,
take the money.
Take the money. With Keenan Allen out, you can't. It's not even.
All right, let's go from that amazing game. Let's kick off the Sunday games now with shit and shit. Jets versus Browns. The Browns are a 6-point favorite, and honestly, if the Browns are able to win with Jacoby Brissett against Baker Mayfield and the Panthers, controversy aside with the fake spike that should have been penalized.
Oh yeah, that rule that the NFL referees got completely wrong.
The Browns better not lose this game because
yeah, they better not. How you know what? But I think 6 might be too much. It's with shit and shit. I'm not sure if they cover.
I'm gonna you're right, which is why I'm taking the Browns at 3 instead of 6.
I'm gonna say Browns for no cover.
Nick, you don't have to give a number. You could just say whether it's covering or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Browns no cover.
But no, they're gonna cover. The Jets are so delusionally bad that there's no way they're going to win. Jacoby Brissett is going to somehow throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's going to look like the next coming of quarterback Jesus.
And the next, and the final court, and the final football he throws is going to end up coming right into your living room, Mr. Morganson.
Exactly. So yeah, they're going to cover
right through your window.
Take the money.
And actually, you know what? I'm looking at these games. And some that I'm not so confident in, and some that I
looked at some of the spreads. There's 3 or 4 double-digit spreads this week.
I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to use my bench lock yet, just because I said they're not going to cover. I don't know. I want a game that I'm confident in.
I wouldn't use it on here, and I'm telling you as a Jet fan, I wouldn't use it.
All right. We're going to move on now to the Washington Commanders taking on the Detroit Lions. The Lions... for as bad as they were getting it against the Eagles, Jared Goff and company always knows how to fight back at the end, even if they fall short.
The Eagles almost shit this one away.
Yeah.
I have to say, though. Go ahead. I
was going to, and against the Commanders, Lions 2.5, I could actually buy that. I could actually buy a Lions win here.
I'm buying into that too, so I'll take that spread.
You know what's scary, and I hate it, is that Carson Wentz somehow managed to win that game last week. And now everyone's like, wow, Carson Wentz can actually do something.
It's fool's gold. It's an illusion. It's a mirage in the desert.
And first of all, the Commanders should have lost to the Jaguars last week. They should have lost.
Yeah, they should have.
But I don't know why I keep forgetting the quarterback's name in Jaguars.
Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know why I keep forgetting, because he's so unforgettable. I mean, he's so forgettable because, again, he makes throws behind all his wide receivers and misses badly. But again, I don't know why they won that game, but I'm going to take the Lions. I actually think the Lions are going to be a sneaky good team. They're not going to be great, but they're going to compete in a lot of these games. But take the money.
They're going to look better.
Take the money.
All right. Divisional matchup time. Buccaneers -3 traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints.
By the way, the Saints managed to somehow again come from behind in a victory last week. They shouldn't have won last week, but they did.
I'm going to take the Bucs by that spread. Sounds about right to me.
I say take the money.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston is concerning to me. Everyone thinks he's like this next coming, like he's going to be great now that he's back. How do you go against Tom Brady? In this situation, you don't. There's a few situations I wouldn't, but in this one I would. I would take the money on this one.
Yeah, take the money. All right. Panthers and the Giants. The Giants are a 2.5-point favorite. Now, this can go one of two ways, knowing the Giants' luck. They could blow it. They could crap the bed. Or, considering how they managed to beat a more legitimate team that I think actually could win the AFC South this season, maybe the Giants could actually pull it off against Baker Mayfield, who I can't believe, the Panthers kind of didn't look all too great against Cleveland, and it should have been a lot better.
This is going to be a thing where Danny's flaws come back to bite them in the ass. So I'm going to take the Panthers.
You're going to take the Panthers?
I mean,
here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Oh, you're going Panthers too,
Morrison? Well, what I was going to say was the Giants were supposed to have their luck game this week, where they were going to pick up on Baker being high on a victory against the Browns. I think Baker's going to be more upset that he lost to the Browns. I think there's going to be more momentum coming into this game. The Giants got a luck victory last week, which they shouldn't have gotten.
But you know what? They got the Jaguars and the Texans and the Seahawks and the Bears all coming up. Panthers aren't in that category. They're a little above that, but you know what? If that tells me that I can believe. I don't know if they're a playoff team yet, and I still don't believe in Daniel Jones. I doubt they're a playoff team, but you know what? I'm going to choose to believe this week. I'm going to take the money and go Giants over Panthers.
I'm going with Nick. I'm going against the spread. I think the Giants caught a victory, and they should be happy, but it's going to come back to bite them this week.
Patriots versus Steelers. Patriots are a 1.5 favorite. Remember when this used to be a really good game? Remember when this used to be the battle of the AFC Titans?
Well, that's when it was Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
But now we've got Mitch Trubisky and we have Mac Jones, ?
By the way, a game for the ages last week between missed field goals.
Yeah. So you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. The Steelers actually look confident. We're able to compete with the AFC North champions and AFC champions. The Patriots struggled really bad. I still believe the Patriots, it's just one bad week, but they looked really bad. Like the level Johnny was talking about in our NFL preview. So you know what? I didn't go upset with the Giants. I'm going to go upset here. I think the Steelers get it at home. I go against the spread and take the Steel City.
I am as well.
I must be in a different mood this week. I'm taking another upset this week. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers look shockingly good. I was a little surprised. The Patriots were shockingly bad. Yeah, I mean, and Mac Jones and this is not his first injury either. I mean, back spasms are a quarterback's worst nightmare. If you can't move around in the pocket, you're screwed. So
nothing makes sense anymore. Up is down, down is up, forward is sideways, and
I'm going to take the Steelers to cover that spread. To take it, take the point.
This was one where we say don't take the money.
Yeah, don't take the money on this one.
Let's go to the Colts at the Jaguars. The Colts, I mean,
this is a rematch of the playoffs last year. Going to the playoffs.
Week 18. The Colts lost to the Jaguars last season, got Carson Wentz basically cut, and the Colts missed the playoffs. It was the end of the Colts' epic collapse. I think the Colts, though, with Matt Ryan, as they looked last week, they are still a much better team than the Jaguars and a much better team than the Colts of last year. Take the money.
Take the money.
Yeah, it's the Jaguars. I shouldn't have to say anymore. Take the money. And by the way, Blankenship being cut. I mean, I thought he was a great kicker. I didn't realize that they were going to hold a 50-foot miss to the right as a reason to cut somebody after week 1.
So you know what? Don't be surprised if one of us takes an emergency flight to Indianapolis to try out for the team.
I mean, actually, did you see that they signed a cornerback in place of for the roster spot?
I mean, they might even try me as kicker. And my legs don't even work right.
Wait, didn't the Steelers? Was it last week where? Well, or this coming off week 1, they had someone else as a kicker kicking at one point.
Are you thinking about the Bills with Matt Araiz?
No, I thought the Steelers had. It's not important, but yeah, take the money on this one. This is obvious.
Okay, interesting matchup next. Dolphins-Ravens. Ravens a 3.5-point favorite at home.
Hey, this is a battle of the two teams we were talking about.
And the Ravens looked decent against the Jets, but you know what? I do like this Dolphins team. You know what? Screw it. I'm going upset. Give me Miami.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the Ravens by that spread.
The Dolphins look so good in week 1. I mean, that's a standout victory when you're beating the Patriots. I don't care how good or how bad they are. There must be something in the water this week. I'm taking the upset
because Jalen Waddle fought solid gold. That's why.
Yeah, but Tyreek looked amazing in week 1. He did, and Tyreek and him, they must have chemistry right off the bat. They look really good. They have everything in line. I don't know if I trust the Ravens, like Tom said. They don't have a receiver core. They don't.
All right. Falcons at the Rams. The Rams, okay, so this sounds like an easy matchup on paper, and we'll all predict the team correctly. However, a 10.5-point spread, those double-digit spreads are...
Tom, this is not even a discussion.
I mean, they only lost by 1, the Falcons, via choke job.
I'm going to use my bench lock on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously you're taking the money, right?
Yes, it is close to a sure thing as you can get this week.
All right, Tom.
Okay, so the Falcons must have a bunch of little kids that are on the team because they are a choking hazard.
Ouch.
I am going to go with the Rams. I'm also going to say take the money. But there is another matchup I have on my mind that I'm going to use the lock for.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm just going to take them on the spread here because double-digit lines on the bench lock are tough. So just take the money.
Seahawks, 49ers, again, -10. 49ers. You know what? I think Geno Smith's little rant is going to run out here. I think the 49ers, it was just a bad week last week. I'm going to go 49ers. However, due to both teams' poor play, no cover. I'm just going 49ers.
Me too. I'm not taking that cover either. I don't trust it.
I mean, that's a big line. A touchdown, a field goal favorite. I mean,
and two crappy teams.
I mean, well, you had the slot bowl going on last week in Chicago, which didn't help.
Okay, he's not. He's
not. Trey Lance is the starter, but
Trey Lance. But yeah, I mean, Chicago. That's the other thing I forgot to mention at the start of the show. Chicago, my God, you got to take care of your field, or you.
I mean, you saw the puddles on the top of the sod.
Pathetic.
How often do you see that?
I mean,
by the way, did you? I don't know who I was talking to. If I was talking to you guys or to Johnny, did you see the penalty that was given in that game
for wiping?
For wiping the field
down.
It was an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, well, I think it was us because I said maybe it has to do with that 1982 thing where they brought out
the snowplows.
The snowplows, yes.
It's kind of ridiculous. And there was a bunch of NFL analysts like, well, we didn't even know that was a penalty. And I'm like, I guess it's in the rule book. I don't know. I mean,
these are the things that Trey Lance is going to have to deal with.
But come on, Nick. That field was an abominable disgrace.
It was.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I agree with you.
Morganson, I need an answer.
Oh, I'm with you guys. They're going to win, but the spread is too high. So there's no covers here.
Bengals at the Cowboys. The Bengals are -8 favorite. Gentlemen, don't disrespect the Bengals. And after the treatment that I just got because of that loss to the Steelers last week, and because the Cowboys are going to be doing the Cooper Rush experience, gentlemen, I am locking Bengals taking the money. That is my lock for this week.
Oh, really?
I'm going with
If
that.
you see the money, take it.
How many more games do we have left? Because I haven't even used mine yet.
We have 5 more after this.
There are some good ones here. I think I'm going to hold it. I'm going to take the money here. I mean, I'm praying to God that Joey Burrow has a better game than he did last week. 4 picks and a fumble. It doesn't get any worse than that. Now, could he still be recovering from the appendectomy that he had in the preseason? I don't know. I still like Jamar Chase. I think he's one of the best. I like Mixon. I just
Ultimately, it's not going to matter because it's going to be a face bashing anyway.
Hey, bad team Cowboys.
Texans at the Broncos. The Broncos are a -10 favorite.
I'm a little scared, actually.
I am scared. I am. I might go Broncos, but no cover. I actually might go no cover here.
You're thinking what I'm thinking.
Well, the Texans are going to be one of the worst teams in football, though, even though they tied last week.
I mean, I think we're wildly overestimating the Broncos or wildly underestimating the power of Davis Mills. So.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't he get replaced at one point last week? They were using the backup quarterback at one point also.
It says something because we didn't even notice.
So here's the thing, like this matchup might be one to use the lock on. There's also Sunday night or the Monday nights. But the thing that I used on the Bengals Cowboys is that's only an 8-point spread. That's less that the Bengals have to do.
Yeah, this one's tough.
It's pretty clear we're all going Broncos. It's a matter of just are we going with this spread or not?
I'm scared because the way the Broncos played, having 2 fumbles on the goal line. And they didn't, if they're going to be like that in the red zone all year, they're not going to win games.
Yes, you know what? I'm going to go no cover.
They're going to win. I think we can all agree they're going to win. It's just a matter of, and I think that it's a high number. It's definitely a high number, no doubt. I'm going to go under that number. They're going to win, but I'm not, that's a large cover.
All right. So no cover, everybody?
No cover.
No cover. Okay. Cardinals versus Raiders. Raiders are a 5.5-point favorite at home.
This is actually a sneaky good matchup. Believe it or not.
And honestly,
still no
Hopkins.
No Hopkins.
Still no Hopkins. Kyler
looked kind of lost last week.
I think I might actually go with the Spider 2 wide banana.
God.
Take the money.
I'm going to do that too. No Hopkins, no win.
I mean, when Hopkins comes back in 6 games, even when he comes back in 6 games, because again, when you don't play for 6 games, you have to work your way up. But yeah, take the money. I actually have Derek Carr, unfortunately, in fantasy, but I think he'll be better.
Sunday Night Football. We got Bears versus the Packers. Packers -10 at home.
Ugh. The Packers scared me last week.
They did. They did, but
they should have won. They should have won last week.
Hey, you know what? It made my father happy, so I'm not going to complain.
But you know what though?
But I think this is a problem without a couple of his tackles, without a true wide receiver 1. Rodgers looked kind of lost.
Still, it's the Bears, so I'll take the Bears. But
is Lazard back? Is Lazard back?
I don't know.
That makes a huge difference. I know that it's the Bears, but it makes a huge difference.
All right, let me look. Hang on.
So, Aaron Rodgers kind of concerned me in the press conference after the game. Basically, I know you guys were going to call me out and blah, 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 and Packers and basically...
RELAX.
I mean, he was telling everybody to relax.
Currently, not much is being said about Lazard's status for week 2.
Which basically means questionable.
Questionable.
I know the Bears are bad. All right, fine. You talked me into it. I think for now, I think they will cover, but we'll see what happens.
So you're going Packers. Everyone go and take the money.
Yeah.
All right. 2 Monday night games. One at 7:15, one at 8:30. The 7:15 one is on ESPN and will feature the Titans traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills, who are a -10 favorite at home.
I'm gonna go right off the bat here. This is my bench lock.
Yeah, I was gonna say here's your lock. It had to be.
Yeah, this is my lock because the way Tennessee looked last week. Oi!
The mistakes they were making.
Well, not even that. Derrick Henry looked awful. I mean, he's going to win them or lose them games.
And the fact that they don't have AJ Brown as in their receiving core is
that was probably the worst trade the Titans ever made. And the Eagles are saying thank you,
but it's going to be the Bills. I'm sorry, but it's going to be. Yeah.
This is my lock. I looked at this game and I circled it. And I said, because the Titans, everyone thought the Titans were going to be halfway decent, but Tannehill kind of scares me. Derrick Henry, will he stay healthy? Who knows? And they don't have a wide receiver core. There you go. I gave you 3 checks. Take the money, and this is my lock.
All right. And then on ABC, on your local ABC station at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, the Vikings will travel to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. The Eagles are -2 favorites.
This is good. This is really good.
This is one of the most. This is the matchup of the week,
and this is the one where I'm gunning for the upset. So I'll take the Vikings.
Whoa!
I think the Vikings look great, but you know what? The Eagles almost blew it to the Lions. So,
and when that happens, Justin Jefferson is going to run roughshod. He's going to be catching balls from the stands.
Did you watch Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown?
I understand that, but again, they almost blew it.
Yeah, but I always put week 1 in the wash because again, no one plays preseason games.
You know what? Nick Morganson and I believed in the Vikings when you didn't, and now it's your turn to believe. I am believing in the Giants when you two aren't. So you know what? I'm going to go with the Eagles. I have been riding the Jalen Hurts. I've been riding the Jalen Hurts train all of the last 2 seasons on this show. I don't know if it's been now that he has AJ Brown. I don't know if I can get off that.
I've got nothing against Jalen Hurts. It's just I'm biased.
Well, and by the way, I hate Jalen Hurts. I don't like his game, but in this case, he looked really good. I have to admit it. He looked good in the first game. With him and AJ Brown are going to be a tandem to come for a long time, in my opinion. So I'm taking them to cover.